New Year's Day 2021. Just want to talk a little bit about this drill, and I guess drills like this. This is a bank cross-side drill or exercise that John Brumback has on some of his tapes, just to show how I have it set up. I don't know if this is exact, but I've got the 1 halfway between these dots. The 3 is on the dots, on the diamonds. The 7 is on the diamonds. The 9's halfway between diamonds, so is the 5, and so is the 2. Actually, the 2's not. There's about an inch difference, you know. So the thing is, I've only tried this drill, I think, one period in my life, which is earlier today, and I had just a hell of a time getting past like 4. They're in order, 1 through 4. Getting past like 4, just a hell of a time. I never did complete it. I think I got to 6, and it took me a couple tries at 6. Well, you know, eventually I finished it, but not all in a row. You're supposed to do them all in a row. And if you miss, which is what I was doing for the most part, you start over. And if newbie would get off my feet, but I want to talk about drills like this that are sequential type drills, not just sequential in the order that you shoot. I'm shooting the balls, but just one after another. And so all I really have to do, once I got, you know, better at this drill, is I'm just shuffling my feet. Just going down, shuffling my feet. I get muscle memory that, hey, with this 7, I go there and I shuffle my feet down to there. And it makes it almost, well, it makes it a lot easier than I guess it should be. I mean, you don't get balls lined up like this in the world. What you do is you come across a layout, your opponent just missed, you come down here and you're playing bank pull derby, and you're like, oh, now I got to shoot the 8. Let's see, maybe my opponent left me a little bit better angle. So, but still, you're coming up to it. I'm not having this warm up like this. And so, I'm not a big giant fan of this type of drill. It's almost certainly better than not shooting at all. But it doesn't mean it's great. Okay, so I got them all. I think I did after I missed the 1 the first time. That's way better than I did earlier today. But you know, I wanted to talk about, you know, the failures that I had on this thing earlier today, and a lot of that was because I was simply relying on the fact that I was sidestepping correctly. I wasn't taking the shot, and I wasn't looking at the shot as an individual entity. I was just moving down the line and shooting. And, you know, I guess that's kind of a version of falling in love with a particular style. I don't know how to set this one up. He did the same thing. John Brumback's a pretty decent banker. You may have heard of him. But he did this same kind of drill with straight backs. I don't know if he did this on the first try or not. He probably did, because he's a pretty good banker. You may have heard of him. But it was the same kind of situation where he's basically it's just footwork. And at least when I do it, that's what it ends up being. It's just kind of just like footwork. Now see, I may go 20 years and never complete this one. Well, I know for a fact I'm not at this level of banking. But I could get this level for this drill. Does that make sense? I could, if all I did for, several hours a day, whatever, was practice this drill, then I'm going to get pretty good at it. But what happens when I'm in a game and I'm left this, and I come up to this shot in a game? Is all that drill practice really going to help me for this shot? I don't think so. I think it's actually going to hurt me a little bit because I'm not used to do-si-doing or whatever into this 6. I mean, shit, I am used to it from the drill. So I don't know how to approach the 6 as a shot. I know how to approach the 6 as part of a series of shots. And so I have much less chance of not fouling, of making this ball by treating it as just a regular shot than I would if it was part of the series. That's just, for me, it's common sense. Maybe for other people it's not common sense. I kind of realized the same thing with this drill that I was doing, just shooting balls down the rail, down into the pocket. This is mostly a work on concentration, and I would do this with all 15 balls. Just take ball in hand and do this. I did this a few times, and really, seriously, never really completed it very often. Maybe I did once or twice, but it would be things like that. And I got to realizing that I'm treating these shots as part of a sequence, and that's not what I want to do, and I don't think that's what is the best thing to do. I think the best thing to do is what I've ended up doing in the past or since then, is shuffle balls around. So they're not all, it's not boom, 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 boom anymore. Still shooting them in order, and I would just randomize them and just shove them forward. Again, I would use all 15 balls. Watch out, cat. And I still do this one. I never do all in order. I never do that. I do it with random ball locations, though. So I shoot the 1, then I come over and shoot the 2. And because the 2 is on this side of the center line, it's going in that pocket. Things like that. Trying to see every shot as its own little entity, not as part of a sequence that I could just sidestep into. I think that makes sense. Now, I can't really do the randomized sequencing with the bank drill. I can't just throw balls out, at the proper spacing and shoot them in order, because there's going to be shit in the way. Let's say, so I can shoot the 4 right now. Shoot the 4 because there's nothing in my way. Can I shoot the 5? Yeah, I think I can probably shoot the 5 now. This may be a case where it's okay. I can shoot the 6. In this case, yeah, I think I can. But what if this was the 4? I can't shoot it because the 5's in my way. Things like that. I haven't thought this out completely. Maybe it's pretty rare that something would be in my way. But remember, we're usually talking about 3 more balls. So 14, in order to shoot this 14, I have to get rid of, it looks like the 6 and the 9 maybe. Never shoot the 10. Yeah, again, the 6 and the 9. The balls are in my way. You know that. I didn't have to explain that to you. I just want, it's 2021 now. I want to make real videos that are actually really and truly useful to me. Mostly probably just reminders to myself, and that's kind of one of them. I shot this Banks drill earlier today and struggled with it. I struggled to get past like 4. And that was, the easy version. That's just side step. But that highlighted or shone a spotlight on an issue for that. And that's falling in love with the motion and not seeing each shot as an individual thing. I think it's very important to see the shot as a standalone entity and not just as part of this drill. I think the drill could be cool. The drill can help with concentration. Because, it's easy to just get into sidestep mode. And it might be easy to be doing that and shut off the brain that's actually supposed to be looking at the shot, determining where the ball in hand needs to go, things like that. It can help. But I think more helpful is just scramble up that order a little bit. Now, I'm probably going to keep doing this little Banks drill because that's the best Banks drill I have right now. And it'll help me to shoot easy shots. I've made a video in the past about this. Practice the easy shots that I should never miss. Because one of the things that differentiates someone like me from a professional level player, top level banker, is they don't miss the shots that they're not supposed to miss. I do. This 5, I should never miss this bank on the spot. I should never do it. But I do miss it. You saw me miss my first ball earlier, which was the 1 ball. You saw me miss it. But this happens, and this should not. The difference is between me and a top banker is a top banker will make every shot he's supposed to make, and an awful lot of the shots he's not supposed to make. He's not a favorite to make, or not 80% to make, or whatever. Whereas me, I'll miss the easiest shot in the world or the hardest, don't matter. I'm an equal opportunity misser. So, another piece to that. I wish I had these balls back in order, but I don't. So let's say, it doesn't even have to be a drill. Let's say I have this knife, and I get to take ball in hand, and I get to keep shooting. This is not a shot that I should ever miss, but I guarantee it's a shot that I do miss, that I have missed, especially if I come upon it. Like I said, my opponent leaves me this kind of a shot. I can miss it. Awful hard to miss it when I'm just standing here doing the same motions. Move my left foot or my right foot, move it back. It's awful hard to miss like this, but it can still happen. What I wanted to get at was that if I needed to shoot all these balls, even with ball in hand, if this is a 99% make, and then this is a 99% make, or this is a 99% make, they multiply out. So 0.99 times 0.99 times 0.99. So after a while, the odds that you're going to miss one of those shots is pretty good. Just shooting just a 5, same deal. So it'd be pretty hard for me to miss this 5, but it does happen. And shooting the easy shots is a good way to make sure that I still pay attention. Look, I missed the 5. That I still pay attention. That last segment didn't go as well as I wanted. And I'm sure that I explained to my future self what I wanted to say was, if I've got a series of shots in a game, whatever, that are all like 90% makes for me, I should shoot them all. It's a 90% make, I should shoot it. But I also have to keep in mind that if it's a 90% for every shot, the odds of me clearing the table aren't 90%. And I would like to get them to 90%. And I think one of the ways to do that is be sure to treat each shot as a separate entity and work on the concentration. Don't make 3 or 4 shots in a row and shut off. Oh, I'm shooting good now. Shut off the brain. Don't do that. Try to keep going. And if I've got 5 balls, 5 shots that are 90% makes, there really should be no reason that I can't make that 5-ball run to 90%. Eventually, not there now, and aren't very many people that are there right now. Actually, the people that are there right now, those shots are 99% makes for them. So you can get the 5-ball run up to 90%. It's probably not possible to really equal it out. And I'm rambling. I didn't want to ramble. I want to make real videos for myself this year. It's only the first year. I don't think I've completely screwed up that goal. It's not a resolution, just a goal. But I'm pushing my luck right now. So I'll talk to you later.